The 1988 Whirlpool Dehumidifier revisited. This is the first time, let me see, I've owned this now for 2 years this month. And this is the first time I've had it back apart to clean it. Actually, I cleaned the back of it off. Or the intakes at the fins. I cleaned the fins off a year ago, so I'm back to doing that again. I cleaned the bucket out with bathroom cleaner, you know. But I just came over on this side, blew it out. Not that much dust. The motor was still free spinning, but I just put more oils in its oil ports. Something you'll never see on today's ones. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah, I just cleaned it out and then cleaned that. But the whole thing I'm trying to get at is this dehumidifier is now 24 years old, and actually some parts in it are dated 1987, and it still works absolutely flawlessly. And we had another dehumidifier at work. It's a Frigid Aire. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it has a Samsung compressor in it, but the whole thing says made in China. It lost all its refrigerant. Absolute junk. It's only 3 years old. And this another thing I'm going to comment on right now while I get it apart, just because I feel like it. I mean, hold on a second. 5-year warranty on this. On sealed compressor system, but I've seen comments about people saying, you know, all the newer stuff's more energy efficient. It's not. On paper it might look like it is. On paper, not in reality. You need to do it because newer ones do not do as good of a job, so they gotta run longer, which means your electric bill is going to go up. This thing doesn't use that much more energy, and it hardly even runs. And when it does run, it does an excellent job. I mean, my basement is just because it's all underground. It just gets a little humid down here. You run it, it just, you know, keeps it under control. It just, I mean, my electric bill went down by a great deal. I would say $30 a month. That's how much it went down with this new old one. Meanwhile, the new one, boasting all its Energy Star logos and made in China, inspected by Hung Wu. Look what happened. That Hung Wu China one just, it would run all the time. Even when it was brand new, it just ran and ran, and it made so much heat. It was unbelievable. That's what I mean. R12 is what's in here. That helps. And it's 24. Look at it. It looks brand new. It was dirty when I got it. I cleaned it up. And it just looks that way. I'm just doing maintenance on it. I'm just saying. I want a green society. This whole brainwashing garbage. And people are dumb enough to believe it. It's not true. This thing will probably still be running 24 years from now. And so what would that be? If I took the other one that lasted 1.5 years, 18, you would have had to buy 18 dehumidifiers. Modern Chinese ones that burn up. I like the other one at work, the other Hung Wu inspected one with the seized motor that has no thermal protection. It's not even impedance protected. Yeah. Walmart grade. Here's the back. The coils had a bit of dirt built up on them. Over some time and a little bit of vacuuming and air compressor, I was able to get it all out. And as you can see, no rust. Still. I mean, it's the little discoloration there, but that doesn't count. Compared to the other one, that other one completely rusted out. Actually, the only thing that's rusting are these little clips that hold this humidity probe on there. That doesn't count, because that's all that's coming for everything else. The actual components are still clean. I think that's what met the other one's demise. It just rusted and got a hole in it. Well, another thing I wanted to comment on, reliability. That Chinese made one, about once a month I'd come home and there'd be a puddle on the floor. As I had it hooked up to the drain hose, the stupid thing clogged. It just kept clogging and it would just spill all over the floor. It wouldn't go in the bucket. The little trough it's in, that was in right here, where the drain hose hooks into, would just fill up and spill onto the floor. And the other one just, I mean, I like this design better. It just drips a little drip tray here right into the bucket, which in turn goes down a hose. End of discussion. Simple as that. And here it is with the back reassembled. That's the other thing. I mean, no rust on it anywhere. And you know, wood grain finish. Remember what I said. If it has wood grain on it, you know it's got to be good. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, that was like it when I got it. It's like the wood grain got scraped off, but I put a coat of wax on it to protect it. Top's a little like, yeah, but the sticker's intact. So yeah, let's take it back over and hook it back up. And there it is, back in place, plugged in, hose in the bin, all cleaned up. So yeah, this one outlasted my other one, as in terms of how long I've personally owned it, by half a year already, so it makes it 24 years old. And I'm going to turn the unit on. Get to hear it. So it's like I'm about 6. It's not that bad down here right now. Just when it rains it gets humid. But the problem is it's above freezing even though it's winter. And she helps all the time. I mean, it was 65 degrees today and it's going to be raining tomorrow. So yeah, there you go. The 1988 Whirlpool Dehumidifier revisited 2 years later. And it still works great.
So this must be another one of these humidifiers. Here's one of, I guess this is one of these humidifiers expected by Hongmu, huh? Nice.